So we're here at Lower Howards Creek Nature and Heritage Preserve. The trail just dumped us out at the creek, and now we're just following along this creek here. I imagine this is where the trail is. If you come here after it rains like we did, it is very slippery. But we're at the most dramatic part of the water already here. It's pretty impressive. Looks like the trail turns back into the woods over that way. Oh, I see. There's a trail over there too. I thought the trail turned this way, but there's a sign that says no trespassing up here in the air, and there's a beautiful waterfall down here. My wife thought it was weird that the chain was hanging so high in the air. You think if you want people not to go here, it'd be down lower, not up there.
Maybe there was something that used to hang off of it.
An old stone fence here we're walking through. It's also interesting they put them vertical instead of the horizontal. You see how this one goes this way, this goes up this way. So far I'm not really loving this trail. We're fortunate that they just recently, sorry I got a web in my face, just recently cut back here, but they didn't cut the trail back, the branches and stuff. They cut the bottom. But so far this has just been a buggy, webby, kind of overgrown trail. The creek, we walked down it for a little bit just to see the cliffs and stuff. That was pretty neat.
I think this was like an animal pen.
Just imagine moving all those stones by hand. So we have maybe reached the end of the trail, I'm not really sure. It's like this little pavement, and one of the park workers is backing up behind us. Oh, what a creepy view that is, or strange view. It goes down in steps, like here, here, and here.
Yeah.
Ooh, it just keeps getting lower.
And every time you have to duck your head to go. This is an interesting gravestone. This guy, Franz Hieronymus, immigrated from Lorbach, Germany in 1729, and then was the patriarch of the Hieronymus family in America.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? You better watch out with that. It might be a door to an alternate dimension or something.
It really looks that way.
It does.
I feel like this whole place sort of has a Stranger Things vibe.
Yeah.
Like the Twilight Zone.
I guess this is where there's more unstable ground. Like up here, it's real nice and flat, so all the rocks are horizontal. But then over here, when it starts to go down the hill, they switch them all to be vertical.
So we backtracked a little bit and went on a little side trail that took us to a spring, and we ran into one of the employees here. And it's just interesting to note, here in Kentucky, they do not fund these preserves, so they're privately funded. So she only works part-time trying to maintain this 400-acre property. And unfortunately, we're not too far from Lexington. A lot of people bring all their garbage and trash. So they ended up limiting when people could come. So this lady, she has to like weed whack and mow this pretty large property here. They do a cleanup here, or volunteer day, on Tuesdays from 9 to 1. So if any of you all are interested, you should drop by and help out. I think that might be something we might look into doing, is volunteering, at least coming down here and see what kind of projects. The trail that we walked on was a new trail that they just did, and that was all done by volunteers. It's a really nice trail. And what we're walking on now...
My weed eater broke.
Oh! So we just ran back into the maintenance person here, her weed eater or weed whacker. Someone laughed at me when I said weed whacker. But it went flying in the woods ahead of it. But there also, she was telling us there's some, I guess, endangered, I think it was plants here?
Well, I thought...
Or is it, was it...
You know, she said something that was on the endangered list, but didn't say whether it was plants or animals.
So either plants or animals are on the endangered list. And I think I got distracted. What we're walking on is a driveway. So, I think this is our, yep, this is our turn here. Oh! Yeah. Oh! Man, that makes you feel...
There was a boatyard, an inspection warehouse, a store, a tavern, and a ferry near his landing on the Kentucky River, a few hundred yards west of where we are now.
So we stopped on this pull-off. The park employee was talking about this pull-off here where everyone throws their trash and stuff and they go swimming in this water. She was saying this is where the poo-poo plant dumps their stuff out into the water. I gotta lock my truck up here. But we're not here to swim. We saw a mine over here. We're just gonna take a quick look at it. We stopped and got something to eat. I have to say that makes that trail a little neater. Just pop out and there's a restaurant there. And the food wasn't too bad. I wouldn't say it was my favorite, but it's always fun to get the hush puppies and stuff. So there's a quarry right here with a fence, and right next to the quarry is a mine. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of wind. Whew, that fence is a scary fence.
It's like so flat on the ceiling. It is amazing.
Because it looks
like it goes on forever.
Yeah, it looks like it goes, wow, forever back that way. Echo! Woo! Made a stop and check out Fort Boonesboro. Just imagine all this stuff was made by hand.
I know, this is the stuff that gets me. Like how they did stuff like that. Like little...
Look at the
or
detail
even
on that.
like the curly cues on the...
Yeah, you heat the metal up that high. That's late 18th century to early 19th century working.
Those are super early wingnut. Like that is
wow,
amazing.
Just before you reach the next corner blockhouse, you will find the cabin devoted to spinning and weaving.
So Boonesboro is one of Kentucky's most historic places. It was the wilderness outpost of Richard Henderson's Transylvania Company, for a few years home to Daniel Boone. So we found out an interesting fact about Daniel Boone. You want to share with them the interesting fact?
So apparently, like in all the pictures and everything, he's always wearing that raccoon hat. And he never wore one. He wore a wide-brimmed felt hat or a beaver skin hat that the old Quakers used to wear. Not the whole raccoon. I'm like disheartened.
I guess that was just all about marketing.
I guess.
Made him look more like a frontierman.
I guess. It's sad.
Was that due to Disney?
Yeah, I don't know.
I believe this fort is a recreation. This is really interesting. Lots of history here. But I think that's going to be it for us, guys. Thanks for coming along. And hope to catch you on the next time.
Can you imagine shaving your face with? You see these little tiny shoe buckles? Like, I don't know how they go on the shoe or how they hold it closed or anything.